Hi. Guess who watched freaking K-pop Demon Hunters? Man, I wonder who watched K-pop Demon Hunters. I wonder who did it. I wonder who watched it. I really do. Still need to watch that movie. It's really good. It's really good. It is so iconic. Here, okay, let's switch screens so you guys can say hi to me. I had a pen toggle. I'm so large. Why am I so large? There we are. Why am I so large? What is going on? Get me out of here. Okay, there we are. Hi. Hi. But hello, everybody. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely night. I need to get stuff done. So I figured this could be my lock-in night. Don't know how well I'm gonna lock in considering you guys. You guys are so prone to making me get so distracted that I get nothing done. Which, I mean, stop it. Please. Literally, I opened up Twitter to pull up a reference, and immediately the first thing I got was freaking K-pop Demon Hunters. I'm not even. So, how is everyone doing? Giant me. You should stop drinking the giant juice. It is not called giant juice because it's a big bottle. It's a giant juice because it makes you grow. Yeah, no. Sometimes, maybe I want a couple more inches. Maybe I could want a couple more. Hmm. You gonna stop me from doing that? But let me pull up the reference that I'm gonna need to use here. But yeah, watch K-pop Demon Hunters. It was very good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Even if it was like 4 in the morning when I watched it, I did find it very enjoyable. Bigger Dyango means bigger hugs. The thing is, if you're like that big, it's hard to get like a nice, comfortable hug, I feel, right? Right? Because then, like, it's like, like if you're holding like a tiny plushie, it's hard to give that like a. Okay, if I'm hugging multiple goobers, then like if I'm holding like multiple things, if I'm holding multiple things, then yeah, of course, like it's gonna be a better hug overall. But if I'm only hugging one tiny little thing, like I don't know if you guys have like smaller plushies, but it is freaking impossible sometimes. Okay, okay, hold on. Ooh. All right. Let me import this reference into my thing. So today we're gonna work on some emotes. And then we're gonna get some emotes done. Yes. I'm gonna move you guys down here because you guys were all the way over there that I couldn't see you. Party if you hug, then we can hug instead. Boom. Yeah, that's true. You guys can't just like grab me by the arm if I'm like huge, like or like wrap yourself around like my little finger, all of that. Okay, let's see. Is it this one? Here we are. Ba-bam. So today we're gonna be working on Ash by D&D's emotes. Hold on. I have the sketches done, which were approved. So we're gonna work on lining and line and color today. Hooray. Thank you for the head pet. Did it work? Did it go through? Did I miss it? I want to see my own head pet. Give me my head pet. Yay! Yay! I hope they're working. It'd be a little bit awkward. There we go. Okay, that's one. You guys are just gonna see me copy and paste these in real quick. Because I did most of the work on my iPad, and then like I was like, okay, if I'm gonna, I've yet to figure out how if I want. Because the thing is, like, I feel I definitely am way more comfortable like doing these like doing art stuff on my iPad, but um, but it's just like that I don't know how I'm gonna translate like bring that over here. Because I know some people, what they do is they Discord call, like they make a second account just for their iPad, like on Discord, and so they go in a call with their iPad and they just like screen share, right? But I'm always afraid I'm just gonna like do something dumb on my iPad. Oh, and one of these is actually gonna be a live 2D one, so maybe you guys will see me doing some live 2D stuff today, which will be very interesting. Which I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. Okay, so we have a couple of little friends here. So I'm gonna work on the steel ones first. And then we're gonna and then we're gonna get right to it. Now to think about it, you technically are already a giant. Even your goober avatar on yourself is bigger than us. So I mean I can make you guys bigger. Here, look. Ready? Ahem. Ahem.
Magical spell thing. Goober bigger. Lamb.
Huzzah! I have made you guys bigger. Do something dumb or do something dumber. Probably more on the dumber side, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, because I'm dumber. The fact that I know exactly what you're referencing right now is so silly to me. It's so silly to me. Hold on, I'm gonna adjust my camera real quick. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Hold on, I'm just gonna move myself around real quick. No, get back over here. No, hey, wait. No, I've broke everything. Scoot. There we go. Hi, nerdy. Alrighty, let's get this show on the road. So, Ash is doing something very interesting where they have both a femme and a mask, like, character for themselves, which I think is very cool. There you go. Hi, gosh dang it. Okay, I was expecting this from you. I should have expected. I haven't filled up my bottle. Yet. So give me a moment. Give me a moment while I do this. Filling it up. Hold on. You guys want the ASMR? The bottle ASMR. Oh gosh. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna lower it, and then blam. There we go. Bam! Okay. Oh my gosh. There we go. Hey, no. Hey, you're supposed to screw on properly. I think I broke the cap. I think I broke the cap. Okay, that's fine. Of like the 15-gallon jug that I have here. That I hope that doesn't spill. I hope I don't kick that over one day. What? No! It's water! It's water! Don't Stein! Hi, Stein! Hi, Peep! It's water, you guys! It's a water. I mean, later, yes, it will become pee, but like... Hi, Stein. It's good to see you. Okay. It's our first drink redeem of the stream, which means I have to open up a wheel. Hold on. I'm opening up the wheel now. Because, that's what we need right now. I'm looking up wheel. Actually, I have it here. Never mind. I thought... What are these bookmarks that I have? Okay, I thought I had it. I thought I had it, like, available. Apparently I don't. Because I'm whack like that. Okay. Put that... I'm putting this at... There. Okay. Alrighty, everybody. It's the first drink redeem of the stream, which means we are going to spin the wheel to determine the cooldown for today's stream. Right now, I'm pretty sure it's at 30 minutes, so we'll see if that changes today. Alrighty, here we go. Double every spin! Which means you guys get an extra drink from me. But that means that it is now at 1 hour! 1 hour every respin! my gosh, I am never gonna drink again. I am actually never gonna be hydrated again. My body's gonna be so thirsty. No way! We doubled it twice. We multiplied it by 4. And now it is at 2 hours. I will never drink again. It's confirmed. Knife five, the hydrate cooldown went from 30 minutes. I spun it. I got double and respin, and then I got another double. So it's now at 2 hours. This is gonna be great. Why are you clowning me? I did not do anything to deserve this. Mean to me. 2 hours. Yeah. So I just won't drink anymore again. Wish me luck, guys. What? I don't know what I did to deserve this. I don't know what I did to deserve this. You mean to me. Could be the feet redeem. Okay, well, I'm trying to work here, and you guys removed my glasses. Mean to me. Okay, I actually have taken. You need to laugh 2 times less. Are you gay boy? Do you just hate me? Am I your enemy or something? What's going on? What's going on? How am I supposed to draw like this? How am I supposed to get anything going like this? Bruv. Okay, wait. There we go. Okay. For free! No, they spent $1,000. So yeah, now it's not for free. For some of you it is. But as a community, you did have to spend some money. Back to... Wait a minute, the stars on your feet float? I love how this is becoming a reference for you. This is so funny. Okay, let me get something done before you guys distract me again. and I proceed to go on the stream without getting a single thing done. Again. Because I can see that happening. Again. I won't lie. Definitely my style for doing it. Why? Why? Don't even have like a translation node set up. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Hey Siri. Set a 5-minute timer, please. Thank you. あんがとうって言うと思うけど、きっと何言ってるのか全くわかんないから、シーリが。シーリが今、英語を聞いているから。なんでこんなことすんの？どんぐらい点が持ってんのあんた。おい。どんぐらい持ってんのこのゲイ野郎。K-POP。魔物ハンター。いや、めっちゃ良かった。めっちゃ良かったよ。本当に、マジで。もう、なんか、最初から最後まで、もうなんか、いい気分だった、私。こうやって、サインをちゃんと四角っぽくしないとね。でもちょっと、でもキャラクターがみんなその、個性があって、一人一人、ちゃんと、なんか一人一人の話をちょっと、なんか見せてくれて、そしてなんか、だからこういう反応があるなとか、分かってくるの。マジよ、ヴァンパイア。もう本当にどういう配信なのこれ。どういうことなの？英語喋るストリーマーが 突然日本語でもうマジでどうなってんの。じゃあこれを定規出して、ベベン。だって手がちょっとだけぐらい同じ感じにしたいから、せっかくね。これは全部に使えるようにして、でも、そのデザインも、色も、私結構その FX を見てて、めっちゃその FX を見てて、なんか、うわー、なんか、あ、ここが手でやったな、とか見えるの、時々。ちっちゃいところで、なんか、あ、これが誰かが手で描いてんよ、これ。とか、うん。でも、モデル自体が、もうすごかった。もう、一番私が見てたのは、3D モデル、そうやって言ったらもうなんか、そうやって言ったらもうなんかなんか何のこと話してるのか分かる気がするけどな。だって最近の日本語はね、英語の言葉を取って、それを、なんか、日本語の声を使って、えっと、なんか日本語の声を使って、なんかカタカナにさせてんの、最近の言葉が。うん、最近はね、そういうことになっちゃってて、もう本当にもう本当にどうなってんのっていう感じ。はい、こうやって手を描いて、腕を前にするか後ろにするか、後ろやな。これは後ろやな。うん、だってせっかくこの前髪があるから。うん、でもなんかもう本当に一応私が見てたのはなんか、どうやって動きをなんか二次元化、なんか二次元っぽくしてんのか。あってよく 3D がなんか結構動きがなんかガチガチやん、時々。でもなんかちゃんと何やってるのか分かってる人たちがどうやってなんか、あ、ここでシュルってしたらなんかこの腕をもうちょっと長くしたらこのポーズがかっこよく見えるとか、うん、そういうところが私が好きねん。でもソニーさんたちにはもう本当に感謝してるわ。なんかちゃんと新しいアイディアを使ってなんかこんなにいいものを作るの。だってこれがなんかもうなんかこれはもうなんかあるものじゃなくて、これは新しい。Oh, it's over. Oh my god, free me. Free me. I guess this also includes the feet. I'm going back to my rightful position. Hold on. Ah, big again! Why are all my toggles broken? Why are all my toggles broken? But I was saying, I very much enjoyed K-pop Demon Hunters. Okay. For those of you who couldn't understand me, I enjoyed it quite a bit. The biggest reason for that was that, okay, thank you for giving me my glasses back. I was kind of squinting. So, I did enjoy K-pop Demon Hunters quite a bit. It was mostly because of like, I mean, I'm so grateful that Sony is willing to take on like these completely new projects and that they've been doing it a lot, right? Because, a lot of what the other companies are doing is that they're just rehashing the same things over and over and expecting success out of that, which it does work a little bit, but like, do you see how big K-pop Demon Hunters has gotten? It's gotten huge, basically. Okay, I want these glasses to be the same size. So I'm just gonna do a symmetry layer. But yeah, it's gotten like massive. Like not just like Like, and like worldwide, it is massive. Because uh you spike the water with giant juice. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for doing that. but but like the fact that Sony's willing to take on these new ideas and then like put their all into it. Like I don't know, like I mean like Sony does have that reputation of like maybe overworking their staff a bit or a lot. But like it's just I'm so glad that they're trying new things compared to all these other companies who are just doing like the same exact thing. But oh my gosh, it's live action, guys. Wow. Roll eye roll. I just don't engage with those anymore. Like I'm sure some people are like, "Wow, this is like the coolest thing ever," but like even the things that I've heard good things about, like it just makes me sad. Cuz it's like I know that people can do so much more than just regurgitating the same exact ideas over and over. Like I want to see new stuff. But like companies aren't willing to take that chance. Or even if something good does come out, like maybe it's not as good as they thought it was or whatever, and it's like ugh, eye roll, eye roll. So I mean, I certainly hope Sony does pave the path for more companies to just like take a chance on things and like advertise them properly or something. Because the biggest issue with a lot of some of these companies, what they do is like they'll make a thing that's like new, and they just want to advertise it, and they prioritize advertising on like the project that they made into live action or something like that, and it's like, bruv, you can do so much better than that, please. But yeah, it's something that's been on my mind for a while, and I'm glad that like just like Sony's being out there doing new stuff. Exactly. And they're doing it and like their style is so unique. Like you don't see what Sony's doing in these other films that are coming out nowadays. Like maybe some of like the colors and the language like that. It's like sure some of that's present, but it's just different. It's just different. But yeah, that's my thoughts on K-pop Demon Hunters. I hope they continue like it's not like I want more K-pop Demon Hunters. Like I do. It's a great series. Like it would be a great like series. Like I want to delve into like the world that they have created there a little bit more. And if they end up making like a freaking Winx Club type beat where it's like a villain of the week kind of situation, that would be cool, but I worry that it would become like just like a profit thing over a like a work of art thing. So that's like my only thought because like a lot of people have been like, "Wow, we need a TV series out of this," and it's like sometimes things are better as movies, you know? Like if I mean it's up to the people who are making the show, obviously, right? It's up to them in the end if they want to, do something like that. But I hope they don't overdo it. Kind of like what Netflix has done to Squid Game, if you get what I mean. Where Squid Game has just become just like the art has kind of been taking like the art and the message has sort of been taken out of it, and now it's just like, what horrible situations can we put these people through? Whoa. And not about like the characters and like why they're there doing those things and all of that. It's just about the drama and all that. It's like, well, you told your story, and I don't think I need any more of it. I suppose maybe like a mini series or something would be cool though. Like it just depends on like yeah. Well, Sony owns copyrights and trademarks, so they can just hire someone else to write, direct it, and it'll be inferior, and everyone will cry, and the movie will make even more money, and the businessmen wouldn't care, like Frozen 2. Except they had the same people, I think. Yeah, yeah. It's just like a lot of like movies that come out badly, either to like poor reception or like they don't sell well or anything like that. 90% of the problems is always with just like the corporations like infringing on like just like looming over the art, you know, like the creation process. And like you know like what happened with Frozen 2 is from what I've heard, like they didn't even know the story they were going to be telling. They just knew like Disney was just like make more Frozen now, and the people who were like they were just like okay we'll make more Frozen. We have no idea what the story's going to be about, and like they didn't know that until like way down the line when I like, and it just baffles me. It just baffles me. I mean, it's like I understand the idea of let's keep up with this trend while it's hot. Like, but at what point is it like a bit too much? Like, at what point do you like ruin the very idea of the thing that, you know, you want to make a sequel out of, you know? Okay, let's put these all down, and then I'm gonna make a little text box here that says raid. 1 second. I don't know what font I have set. Okay, that's a font. Bam. Never go public with your company. Going public is like making a deal. Yeah. Yeah, cuz it's like the people who like when you go public, it just means that your creative decisions like end up, you know, getting squandered. Cuz it's all about money, 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 and then like you know, it's unfortunate that like a lot of like good works are just like ruined because of that we need more money mindset. And I certainly hope that's something that's you know fixed in the coming years, but knowing the state of everything. Okay, there we go. This one's so tiny, tiny little bug. I adore this one. So yeah, that's just my thought on it. Like, I just hope they don't end up trying to quote unquote milk it. Is all, you know? And I hope like they use those like that foundation, like that team that they've amassed there to try like different things and find success in other avenues. Because I think I mean that's what really separates Sony from the others lately is just like that they're constantly releasing banger after banger, and most of it is just original stuff. Like, can you believe that? that freaking Sony out of everything is doing that. Hi, it's hi hi. Hope you're having a good time so far. It's isn't it like early for you? Yeah, probably. Probably ridiculously early for some of you. Side eye. You're doing wondrous. Nope. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, that's good to hear. Okay. I just realized something. Hold on. I just realized something. Hold on, hold on. Ah! It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I think this song is fine. I forgot to turn off the explicit content filter. I was just listening to my like songs and I was like, wait a minute. How are you drawing those perfect circles? These are not perfect circles. I assure you of my vibe. I do have a stabilizer pretty high, I'm pretty sure. I have it at 28. A lot of it is just when you make any line, it's best to look towards like the point that you want to draw towards rather than where like your pen is currently. So if I want to draw a line between these 2 points, it's not me looking at the pen line as it goes across. It's more that I'm looking at my destination. And then I can do that, right? And also you kind of want to implement your whole arm into the motion. So if it was just like my wrist, you know, your wrist doesn't have a lot of mobility, all things considered, right? You can also, I mean, you could kind of like not use it, just like from your elbow up, you know. And then like true professionals, they just you know, haha. I think a lot of this comes from practice from me just drawing goobers all the time. This is a weird looking goober, but yeah, whenever I draw goobers, I have to draw eyes. Like the big googly eyes. So yeah, definitely just look at like, you know, the point that where you want your pen to end up when you make the circle. Rather than, you know, following the pen line. It's kind of what I was taught when I was in art school. Where basically, like, something we would have to do is that they just told us, hey, put a bunch of dots on your paper and then draw lines between them, and that was all we had to do for like an assignment. And it was just like, bam, draw lines on a paper. That's all we had to do for like an assignment sometimes. You just drew some perfect center rivals complaining after not being able to draw them. I get that. No, I get that. Imagine if you somehow sneak goobers in some emotes with permission, of course. There are little goobers everywhere. I don't know. Just like low like 1% opacity goober. Would be pretty funny. It would be pretty funny. Unless maybe I could make like a goober brush. I could make like a brush that's just like a stamp. Because sometimes what you can do is you could just make like a brush shape. So you could just like export like this as like a brush, and then it'll just copy and paste that all throughout. And some people made like brushes that are like really dumb things out of that like work well. So it's an idea. It's an idea for anybody who wants to try it. Try to like kind of have this like this character has a bit of like a flat and then two like curvy kind of hairstyle, so I'm trying to maintain that right now. There we go. But heckin', what was I even thinking? I don't even know. But lately I've gone into like that, what do you call it? Here, I'll see if I can find it. Like I've recently got into like that, what do you call it? Hyper pop? I don't know if that's what it's called, but it's like that glitchy kind of fast-paced kind of music. I've been slowly upping the difficulty for yourself by picking folks with OC with ever-increasing complexity. I feel like I skipped a few difficulties trying to draw your stream persona. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I'll be honest, I toned down this design a lot. Like, if you compare this to my previous one, here, I'll show you what I mean. Like, this isn't that bad. I'll be honest, right? Because these are kind of like just like big shapes all across. Big swoopy shape, big swoopy shape, big shapes all over the place, right? I don't know if I still have like the concept, but like previous, you know, previous models, if you look at this one, right? That's not what I wanted to see. No, not you. Go out. Get out of here. Not you. Like, I mean, this has like big long boots. And like, you know, the tail has like these cape this cape that has like a little couple little details here and there. Like, this isn't like too bad. The mask is what caught most people off guard. Um, it's just like, how do you manage this? Understandable, very understandable. You find that the dream persona easier. Wow, yeah, no, that's so fair. I don't blame you. Um, but let me see. I think it's called. No, that's different. It's this one. There we are. But like, it's like I do my best to simplify my designs compared to, because if you compare me to some, let me see. Here, one sec. I'm gonna pull up some Hololive people, right? Uh, let me see here. I'm gonna copy this image. Like, just look at these. Look at these girls. I want you to look at these girls. Like, I adore these designs with all of my heart, right? These are really cool. These are really cool designs, right? So, like, in the VTuber space, I am very simple. I am very simple compared to a lot of people. Because a lot of VTuber designs end up being like this. And the reason for that is because it's a live 2D model, you only have to draw it once, right? You only have to draw it once, so it can be as complex as it needs to be. Like, hers is actually pretty simple, all things considered. Like, she does have some, like, accessories on her hair. She has, like, the little swirl on the top. Like, if you really look at it, there's a lot going on here. Now that I think about it. Like, big, simple shape, yes, right? You have these very big, simple shape. Hold on, I'm using my mouse. Big, simple shape. Big, simple shape. Big, simple shape, right? Big, simple shape. Right? Big, simple shape. But then when you really look at it, oh, there's a whole bunch of little things here. There's a little, like, curly design happening here. Right? Oh, and they're different on both sides. You have this. You have the little thingies. You have this orb here. You have this pattern on the shirt. You have some tattoos over here. You have these 2 earrings. You have this bunny thing. You have this crab thing. You have the little swirl on the top. Right? And you have the little stars in the back, a little like that. The dogs are out. Freaking look at the rat. Look at the rat here. Look at the rat. The rat obviously has this very big, nice, simple shape, right? Here, I'll use a different color. Yellow. Like, it has this big, simple shape. Yeah. But, like, at the same time, oh, there's a little curl here. Like, there's the gradient into that. There's a rat on the head. There's a little cheese thing on the corner. There's this hair and that hair. And the eyes have, like, multiple different details in them. Like, this is, like, the standard for, like, VTuber models nowadays. Is that there's, like, a whole bunch of things going on. I should have just picked one of the OCs you have placed in your art file profile. That is so fair. Yeah, those guys are simple. Those guys are simple. Aside from Ulfi. Ulfi is actually one of my more complex designs. Compared to... Here, I could pull up, like, the art fight references that I have. Hold on. Actually, I have them in a folder here. Haha. Like... here, I'll pull up Ulfi's reference. Like... Maltese considered Ulfi is a little more on the complex side with, like, the big, long braid, right? The little chain pattern along there. The boots with, like, the ropes. Each hair has, like, a little steel, like, a little copper thing holding it together. The earrings, right? Compared to maybe, let me see who I have here. I have Diamond. Diamond is very simple. Freaking... Because it's just, like, the hair that's maybe the most complex out of everything, but... Shorts... You know, little leggings, boots, all of that. The Jester, I won't lie, I literally only have... This is a PNG file. Why can't you open a PNG file? Whatever. whatever. The Jester, all things considered, like, is just as. Oh, I was like, I'll have to freaking. This is so annoying. I have to screenshot. I don't know why this image specifically corrupts all the time. I only have the sketch design that I made, but like, you know, it's quite simple. I try to keep mine. I do my best to keep anything like my later designs like much more simple. Big shape, big shape, big shape, big shape. And even these some of these details I omitted in like the actual skin. Is that Jester one an alt design of your stream one? It's for an SMP, but it is technically Jester me. It's like it's me, basically. It is basically me. compared to these other characters that are also just me, but like in different universes. If you couldn't tell, lately what I've been doing is that the way you identify if it's me in anything, this specific like bang over the left eye, right, with the white streak. That's kind of what I've been doing as like a design convention to, you know, show that, you know, hey guys, look, bang over left eye, white streak. That's me, guys. Hey, look, it's bang over left eye, white streak. That's me, guys. And that's kind of what I've been doing. Please do not save that on top of the image, yeah. And it does like make a lot of my like SMP characters look very samey. Love the Colgate toothpaste. You tried switching your persona a few months ago. People didn't like it. Can you like show that to me? I'm very curious. Which one? What? I don't remember this happening. I think, but there's also like a sense of like familiarity that you do have to kind of allow people to get over. Oh, the blonde one. Oh, that was you? I see. I think you're what do you call it? I think the what do you call it? The Plague Doctor vibe is just like really iconic for you, I won't lie. And so it's just kind of like a design thing that people have come to look for in you. It's a too large of, yeah. So it's like you really have to, whenever like people do like redesigns of, here, I can show you guys here. I can talk to you guys about there's a specific VTuber who's very, very good at this. Hold on. Okay. So we have, hold on. One sec. I'm trying to see. Okay. The streamer that's very, very good at keeping their design conventions is Iron Mouse. I don't know if you guys have heard of Iron Mouse. The Iron Mouse is a very iconic, like, oh my gosh, I cannot show that on stream. Iron Mouse, please. Okay, here, actually, I'm gonna, but if you guys, I was like, there's like a whole thing here. Okay, I found it. Yeah, of course we have. Yeah, freaking VTuber. Freaking, like, top female VTuber. This is what Iron Mouse started with, okay? So, like, I'm not gonna... disclaimer, I'm not, like, an expert in character design. I just do it a lot. So it doesn't make me... That does not make me, like, entirely qualified to like, comment on anything. But... but I adore a lot of Iron Mouse's models, okay? So what's iconic about this? Purple. First of all, color palette. We see pink. We see pink. And we see purple. Right here, and the hair, right? We also see a little bit of a demon motif, right? The horns right here. And this kind of like cute, kind of cutesy, you know, cute girl aesthetic. Cute girl. Hi Juan, hi Juanito, hi. She literally got featured in a BB Nos, yeah, and like the baby, the little ahoge up here, right? Like, yeah, so like these are the things. So as she improves her model, this is something that you'll see in every single one of them, basically. Horns, color palette, cute girl fit. Horns, color palette. Like maybe like the demon motif kind of grows a little bit here. Horns, color palette, demon motif. Horns, color palette, demon motif. Horns, color palette, demon motif. It's like that's BB Nos equals no. I'm calling BB Nos because I think it's funny. But like you'll see that in every single one of these models, and it's like you look at it and like some of these are a little bit like different, right? Like I think this is like has a little bit of like a jester motif here, but like cute girl, color palette, like the little purple streak in the hair, especially that purple streak in the hair. That's something that you see in like all of them. Purple streak, the big swoopy purple streak. Purple streak, 2 purple streaks. So you see that in every single one of these, and you're clipping and telling BB Nos. Yeah, tell BB Nos. I'm sure he'll love it. But yeah, like the horns, like so it's like what is iconic about this, right? That stands out the most. And so they took that and they grew it. And like maybe some of them added like the mouse motif a little bit more, right? Some of them maybe went for like a more fallen angel type beat, but they all kind of maintain that same vibe, you know? So that's what I very much like about like Mousie's models. And that's something that I mean, I want to do something similar in the sense of that like for a future model, I want to have like a base smash his face into getting distracted, but thank you. I want to have just like a base model that I can just throw outfits on top of. That's something that I want to do for my next model, which I'm going to tell you all is in the works. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to do because so far I've gotten like I've gotten like the head, like some of the head angles done, and that's about it. Like I haven't gotten like the hair. Like I've done like so usually when you make a model, you start off with blinks, like you do the eye open, eye close, looking left and right, mouth movements, and like eyebrows, like basically just do all the face movements first before you do literally anything else. That's what a lot of people's process is, because like you have to be able to see like oh, like will my model stay good looking if I turn this way and I blink and I smile and I talk? Will my model do fine if I'm like this and I do all these crazy things and I'm like, bleh, you know, like, will it be nice? Can we have a contest for designing jungle drip for the new model? That would be cool. Maybe like I could look into doing something like that, where like maybe every season it's like there's like a little thing of like, hey, make me an outfit. Though I feel bad for doing that. I did not know that about models. The more you know, yeah. There's our chance of getting a BB Nos playing a tour TwitchCon after party. Yeah, he hears that I'm there and he's like, no, I do not associate with that person. That sounds fun. Yeah. The thing is, I'd feel bad for doing that. The thing is, I'm okay with contests. It's just that I want to financially support anybody who ends up. What the heck, Juan? What the heck, Juan? What are you doing? Thank you. But save your money for TwitchCon, dang it. Save your money for TwitchCon and getting drunk, dang it. And all your 15,000 concerts that you're planning on going to. Dang it. You. But thank you so much, Juan. But yeah, I want to financially support anybody who contributes to like my brand. It's your birthday. It's your birthday!
Wait, hold on. Let me pause the freaking music. Hold on. Hold on. And, 1 second. 1 sec. Hold on. 1 sec. Birthday karaoke. Hold on. Traditional birthday song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Juan. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
I hope you had a lovely birthday. I'm glad you were born. That was emotional. It's Derpy, guys! It's Derpy! It's Derpy, guys! Oh, my favorite little WWE bean. Oh, look at you, little Derpy. Hi, Derpy. Hi. Most normal? You think I'm normal about you? Since when? Who do you think I am? But I hope you had a lovely, lovely birthday. You deserve it. I prefer people not being normal over me. It's okay. Okay, good. Yes. Imagine if Derpy and Payne comes in and you're just like, hello, Derpy and Payne. It's so great to see you, Derpy and Payne. I hope you're having a very normal day. Yes. I certainly hope you did. Did you know the weather was weathering today, Derpy and Payne? Did you know that? I didn't know that. I didn't know that, Derpy and Payne. If Jungle ever greets you like this, you're getting indoctrinated into a cult and you should start running. Yeah. I feel like I would be bad at running a cult, I'll be honest. I feel like I would be really bad at running a cult. Because I would be, like... I just first, like... This is such a sentence that's coming out of my mouth right now. I'd be bad at running a cult, guys. Guys of FBI, don't come for me. I'm not running a cult here. But it's just like, I mean, okay, I'd be bad at running a weird cult. I feel like my cult would end up being very normal and therefore not a cult. It would just be a religion. I forget, but I'm 99% sure Youngo did literally bite you on the arm. Oh yeah, no, you offered your arm to me, so it had to be bit. I'm sorry. Why are you... What? Santa! Hi, Santa, Shmepa, Shmeepa, Shmoopa. Oh, you have the little pog whale on your head. Oh, it's so cutesy. Hold on, I'm trying to balance you. Oh, there we go. Haha, no, wait. Santa! Hi, Santa. Hi, Santa. Hi. Hello, Raiders. What were you doing, huh? Let me see here. I'm trying to scroll up and chat. It's not letting. You're playing Minecraft without me? What the heck? Also, thank you so much for joining the Starlight Circus, Tandreas K. What? Blood pact? Without me? How could you? Big update. I heard there was a big update. I was checking the Discord and I was like, oh, I gotta get on that. We have new mods. Is it more mods to just make things more cutesy, or is it more mods to murder people with? Or is that something you're gonna have me find out later? Andreas. Andreas. Okay, Andreas. Okay, go. To Andreas. We were welcome. Yay! Maria. Wait, what? Hold on, what the heck did the Derpy and Pain say? Oh, you watched it live? Yeah, let's freaking go. Big update. We realized Jungle was underpowered and decided to buff their silliness from 9,000 to 10 million. 10 million. But what were you doing on? We're talking about wrestling? Oh, okay. Okay. I won't lie, the Derpy and Pain... Listen, I am so glad I recommended doing WWE. I didn't know you were that into it. I didn't know you were a big WWE guy. But I'm so glad I recommended it on Subathon. Cause like I've heard of people making decisions by like submitting characters into like the WWE thing and then like letting them at it. But I did not know you were a wrestlehead. I'm not gonna lie. I should have known from the vibes. Like I won't lie, a lot of like the WWE people that I know are very down to earth and so chill. I mean, it's a new thing, to be frank. I see. Yeah. But it probably win wrestling tournament. Yeah, because Diamond just would not stop fighting. No matter how much pain they're in. But heckin', yeah, wrestling, yeah, I like just watching you do all those like those campaign things or something was very entertaining. It was kind of therapeutic, like I'll be honest. Just like listening to you be like, ah, dang it, this guy wants a break for 2 weeks. What the heck? Diamond can get someone in dialogue with a dislocated shoulder. Yeah. It was just so therapeutic just listening to you do that, and I was just like, this is a good time. This is a good time. I'm so glad. It makes me very happy. Yeah. I just like watching people like indulge in their hobbies. Unless the hobby is harmful, but like unless the hobby is like blowing up orphanages, then like I'm like that's not a hobby, that's a crime. But I mean, yeah, like freaking I'm very, your real hobby is you're gonna get flagged. Every Twitch bot out there is gonna be like, oh, I gotta ban this guy. Oh my god. Oh, I'm kidding. Oh, your stream avatar is the cutest ever. Oh, thank you. Yeah, they're just funny little guys. Just funny little goobers. Did Diamond win this Afterlife wrestling tournament on an all-you-can-eat shrimpy buffet? Yeah. Diamond won. Diamond defeated Death. But then Death was like, you still can't go home, but like, shrimp. But shrimp. Diamond, do you want to go back to where everyone else is? Or do you want to have this shrimp buffet? And Diamond's gonna be like, that shrimp buffet looks banger. For those of you who don't understand the context, this was like a character that I played in an SMP. And who was very dumb and was incapable of feeling like pain. So, make of that as you will. But I've only like seen like wrestling memes, so I don't know like the lore and stuff. But I feel like, you know, a lot of people could really get into it because a lot of it is roleplay. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of it is roleplay. of these like wrestlers having beef with each other, and then they fight each other, and then there's more roleplay. Yeah, no, I feel like that actually that's canon. No, that's canon. Woke auto mod. Did you have a woke? I'll allow it. I'll allow it for now. I'll allow it. Cause like the things that you guys would really like in wrestling is definitely just like the storytelling. Just like there's a lot of storytelling and like beef. There's a lot of beefing between people and like these characters that they've created for themselves. And then like, you know, like you get to cheer them on. I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna sound weird to some of you. Okay? It does kind of remind me. Yaoi, yeah, there's yaoi too. There's some really good toxic yaoi in wrestling, guys. Kaden showed us after a while. Someone trying to win home, but doesn't. Luckily, Diamond is there to share the victory. Orby said, "That's not so bad." That's so funny to me. Yeah, there's so much yaoi, guys. Is there? Hold on. I'm just gonna look up WWE yaoi. Let's see. Wait a minute. Whoa. Wait. I'm sorry. There is 16,905 works in World Wrestling Entertainment on Archive of Our Own. Oh my gosh. What? Wait, why is Caillou here? Bugs Bunny? Ultimate All-Star Fan Fiction Celebrity Jeopardy. Okay. There's only 3 kudos on that one. I'm sorry. It's the what? Shawn Michaels x Triple H. Seth Rollins. Wait, they have like 15 different ships in this one fic. Okay, I'm not gonna. You guys can read those fics on your own time. You guys can read. Seth Rollins start drilling. Okay, derpy and gay. The Shield fanfics go crazy. I really need to win this knives game so we can come back to life. I'm sure you can do it. Anyway, I'm gonna eat this Orby. You know we're dead, right? Doesn't seem much different to me. Alright. When shopping today, I got Amethyst rings, a silver necklace, and an Ariana Grande CD. Yo! Let's go. Oh, it's so nice when you get the haul that you just want in the moment. It's a great experience. Okie doke. I think that's all I wanted from that. Yeah, that works. Okay. Ba-blam. This was a little sad baby. What the heck? 3 months? 3 months? Juan, save your money for freaking... Save your money! We're gonna have to buy a B&B! And you're gonna get like plane tickets and then all of that. Jeez, Louise. He's drunk. Let the man make. I'm gonna have to ban you, okay? bot? No! You guys are being mean to the bot! Mean to the bot! Yeah, Dua Lipa and Derpy. Yeah, Derpy was the one who brought you over the edge. It was all Derpy. Everyone point at Derpy and say boo. And I'm kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. You drained one dry. It's such a sentence. It's such a sentence. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna scoot this eyeball. Hold on. I'm gonna scoot this eyeball here in. A little bit. Like that. So we can get these matching little big googles. Googliers. But I can't believe you did all that. Hi, Zenny! Hi, Zenny! Don't threaten me with a good time. Oh my gosh. Juan! Juan! You are not allowed on, like, anywhere that has, like, microtransactions when you're drunk. is what I'm realizing now. You are not allowed near anything with microtransactions. I fear that your entire wallet would vanish. Derpy Goober keeps pushing your goober arm deeper and deeper because you have more elasticity than taffy. I'm just imagining, like, I don't know if you guys seen those, like, what do you call it? Those slimes. You guys are literally just slimes, but, like, you have form just. You're not allowed to support your friends when you're drunk. Exactly. You're supposed to support when you're in the right mindset to support. You know? Does that make sense? Huh? Or I got to scold you more. I'm waggling my little finger here. I'm very much waggling a finger. Because you aren't behaving. That's my glasses. Give me back my glasses. That's my clown nose. Where's my pen? There it is. That time you got reincarnated as a slime, you mean goober. You silly little will. You silly Billy. I'm sorry, there's a dog named William next door. And I keep calling, like, you just hear, Willie! Like, outside. It makes me giggle. It makes me giggle. You see a little Billy. Oh my gosh. Okay, no, I need this face to look as pathetic as possible. That's good. Okay. There we go. Oh, nice and sad. Nice and sad. Perfect. There we go. Silly. Rise! What has happened? Don't give me a sob story about needing gas money to drive to LA when you're drunk because you will not hesitate to Venmo you some pocket money. Guys, if you want free money. Should not take a break. Yeah, of course, of course. Rest well, night vibe.
Hi!
Is that Rose Thunder? Is that a freak thunder in my chat? No way! I didn't think I'd see you here. Wow! I wish Kotchan was here. Oi, oi, oi! You baka! Everyone leaves. Rose Thunder or Freaky, do you know who you are? The Poseidon Trident. You're so silly. What the heck? Why are you clowning me? What did I do to deserve this? You're not freaky. Okay, bye. Bye, Andreas. Oh my gosh, I was so dumb. But I hope you're having a good day today, Rose. Pokes you. Waggles my little finger at you. Ruthless mercy among ourselves. I said among. I said, thanks. I'm sorry, I have issues. Someone get me out of here. Okay, I'm gonna... Wait, will it let me play this? Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. I was wondering if it would let me play the song. Okay, I'm just gonna go back to this one. There you go. I bet this is such a huge gemstone. It's so cutesy. No, you're not wrong. I enjoy myself a cute little a cute little gemstone to observe and bite now and then. There we go. That's what I was going for. Okay, I'm gonna flip this so I can really nail this do. This hair doo. It's not a doo-doo hairdo, but it's a hairdo, alright. Something is wrong with me, guys. I don't know what it is. Undiagnosed. My aura is huge. Thank you so much, Roast Thunder. You don't even know how that makes me feel. Even happier than when Kachan was got it ended all. Your godmother got you into Steven Universe. I said I skipped like 5 different words there. I said your godmother got you into Steven Universe, and I was like, great, you have a fantastic godmother. Nothing against Steven Universe, by the way. Lovely little show there. The hate that it got was very undeserving. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. I'm just imagining like someone's grandmother. I'm crying at the thought of it. But look, I'm just imagining somebody's grandmother being like, "Oh, come here, Sonny. Come here, Sonny. I want to show you something from my childhood. Have you heard of Steven Universe? My favorite was Garnet." And there was also a Steven Universe movie. I remember watching that on Netflix. Was it on Netflix? Where the heck was that? Was it in theaters? I forgot where they released that show. I don't remember where it went. It was out there. You like the movie? Okay, yeah. The movie was very cutesy. Yeah, but like the general vibes of Steven Universe, like I was definitely inspired by it in certain ways. Like I made like a character and everything. Like once I've made a character for something, like that's like kind of like my love language towards like a piece of media is just me making an OC for it. That means I enjoy it quite a bit and I want to be included immediately. Cartoon Network. Yeah, it was Cartoon Network. That's what it was. Yeah. Yeah, and because I definitely wasn't a part of that fandom when the show was actively coming out, right? I was more on the what do you call it? Anime side. I was a loser. Okay. I was just a weeb. I was very much a weeb, and I didn't really like get into like American cartoons because I think I was a bit of an elitist at the time. I think I was a bit of an elitist where I was like, guys, anime has like so much more adult themes. You guys should watch more anime. Like that's kind of what I was like, right? Like I'm a big kid. I watch anime, guys. And like and it looks so much cooler. Don't you see all the American cartoons with all of their bean heads? And like I mean I wasn't like talking about bean heads or whatever, but I was definitely like, wow, anime looks so much cooler than whatever's going on over there. And then I got into DuckTales, so I can't really say anything now. Wait, there's a gem mango, there's an Outsiders. I wonder if I can find that gem thing that I made. It's very, very old. Very old. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I have it on my iPad somewhere. Cause like I was very much like a person who would just make characters and then join fandoms to roleplay with those characters. Let me see. I know I made one. I know I made one. I don't know how long ago I did this, but it's out there somewhere. Hold on, I'm checking my iPad right now, and then I'll send it to myself, and then I'll see. That's when I was into DuckTales. That's when I was into DuckTales. It was so elitist. It was so bad. Okay. Let's see. Let's see here. I know it was pretty long ago, but I do remember that I did it on my. Unless, let me see. Unless this is something that I made. Hold on. I doubt it's in this folder that I have here. Hold on. No, it isn't. Okay, I figured. I figured it wouldn't be there. I figured. Hold on. Hold on. I'm sure it's in one of these pictures that I have here. This is when I was obsessed with that thing, so it can't possibly be doing that. That's when I was in the dream, not in the dream SMP. God, no. Get me out. When did I do this? Because it couldn't have been that recent. Really? I'm just looking through my album and I'm realizing, like, man, this might have been a lot more recent than I thought it was. No way. No way. No, that's spiders. Oh, it definitely wasn't. No, it definitely wasn't after Spider-Verse, okay? It's definitely before a lot of things. I found it! Oh my gosh, I found it! Ah! Old art. Do I have the version where I improved it on here? I don't know. I don't think I do. I think I permanently deleted that. Guys, if you want a piece of advice, don't delete stuff. Is all I'm gonna say. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna send it to myself real quick. I should, like it. I guess, favorite it. Oh my gosh, wait, yeah, I found it! I found it! Oh my gosh! It's a very dumb, like, character, too, so it's making me laugh. It's a very dumb, like, concept for a character, but it's kind of funny. Okay, let me go to my favorites folder. This one and this one. I'll send it to myself. So, I was kind of obnoxious. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'll pull it up. Hold on. This is what I mean when I say I'm not gonna get anything done, because this is the kind of stuff I do when it comes to these streams. Okay, this is the character that I made. Wait, what year was this? Hold on, I'm gonna confirm what year this was. Because I have to determine if I'm gonna make myself feel old. Hold on, favorites. It's in my favorites folder now. No, there we are. They made this UI so bad. When is this? 2020! Okay, I was still in, like, high school, I guess. Okay, here it is. Here's, like, the original one that I made. It's called Twinned Andalusite. Wow. And I was, like, trying to be so quirky and unique. This does not match the, So basically, their entire thing was they were born and then, like, on a planet, like, they got born on Earth in some colony that was, like, very far away from wherever Steven Universe stuff was happening. And then, like, the fact that I remember this is crazy to me, but, and then they got, like, but then, like, the colony, like, collapsed for some reason, so then, like, you know, they were kind of, like, left there to be born all by themselves. And then they got, like, picked up by this random cat lady, and they're like, well, I guess I'm a cat now, or something. But then, I got told, hey, that's not how Steven Universe gems work. And I was like, fair. And so I changed it a little bit, and then this is what it became. They're like, yeah, simplify it. And I was like, cool. So then it became a little bit more of a simple thing. But I think it's still kind of the same thing where they just got, like, picked up by this random lady and, like, they just got raised or something. My gosh. I was so unemployed. I was So unemployed. Is it twin because there are two bodies, one mind, and habits both, or is a twin part irrelevant? I think it's possible that they had... Like, I don't remember, like, entirely what I did for this character. There is a possibility that it is, like, two that got fused into one. Maybe they are a fusion. I don't even know. I don't remember what I did with this character, but it exists regardless. Funny little character. I don't think I really did much with it by the fact that there's only these two images in my iPad. So, yeah, Steven Universe. I was into it at one point. Like, I think I straight up just binged it from on like a Kim cartoon website. because I didn't have Cartoon Network at the time. Or maybe I watched it through like Hulu or something. I forgot, but I definitely had like a period where I just binge watched the crap out of that thing. Okay, I'm gonna adjust this eyeball a little bit. Hold on. Wow. Wow. There you go. I'm just gonna grab that. I'm gonna kind of straighten out a little bit. There we go. You binged it earlier this year? Yeah. No, I mean, I have a lot of shows that I just have on my, like, binge watch the show kind of thing, you know? Where, like, if I run out of, like, things that I want to watch, or, like, I just need, like, noise, I just binge it. I just, like, have it playing in the background while I work on stuff. And like, the thing is, like, I just watch the same exact shows over and over. Like, I've had people be like, that's weird, but I'm like, have you met me? Have you met me? Don't push the big red button on the nightmare vault while I'm not here. It took several hours to stick them all in there. Okay. You do that all the time? That's so fair. Yeah. Nar, yeah, like, it's just like when I find something that I enjoy, it's just like can't help but like keep enjoying it for like a really long time, and like nothing will stop me. Raw. Raw. Okay, this eye is a little bit taller. Hold on. There we go. That's better. Okay, there we go. Anyway, sorry. You barked at me. You barked at me. You should have expected this. You should have expected that reaction. Oh, I have my window open, guys. I think my neighbors are gonna be like, what the what? Who is this freak that we live next to? Because I literally got told you were screaming so much. I thought you won the lottery. No, it's just, I was just doing this, I think. I'm pretty sure I was just doing this, and I was probably getting chased by somebody. Yeah! Because, my neighbor, she likes to sit outside a lot. Rose going nuts again? Yeah, Rose is kind of feral. Brian, can you please tame Rose for me? She's kind of going all freak thunder in my chat. Yeah, Rose is going a little bit freaky in my chat, Brian. You're gonna have to do something about that. I think it's the werewolf juice. Okay, but... if they were on server, dang it. Werewolf juice. Okay, hold on, I have to have, like, the little ears out. Come back to my apology door. I'm trying to maintain that kind of fluffy moth look here. With the ears. I might have to sharpen that a little bit. Hold on. There we go. You were seeing. Yeah, so long as, like, the moment you get on, you're gonna explode. The moment you get on the server, there's gonna be a bunch of rose particles everywhere. gonna have to move this down a little bit. Kind of match the height of that one. What? Yeah, that's part of the new mod pack. You know, if Brian sees you doing something bad outside of the server, he's gonna set a command that just says /explode roast thunder, and the moment you get on the server, you're gonna explode. You're gonna blam, bing, bing, bam, bloom. Bye bye. Or maybe a /moon command where you get sent to the moon. Actually, it's BP smite. That's so funny. What did you just say? Ah, bad language in the song. The way I clocked that, I was like, what did you just say? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to fill in these here. I'm gonna have to fill in these here ears. Yoink yoink, and then convert brightness to opacity. There we go. That's a sad little feller. Sad little feller. There we go. So wait, I might actually do that for this one as well. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, a lot of people wish that. Is it your birthday? Michael, but I'll try to go to your... It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, my streams are probably going to be a lot earlier than this, so... I mean, tomorrow. If I can manage to get myself to sleep at an actual reasonable time... Oh, unless... No. Yeah. It'll be like way earlier. But yeah, bye, Andrews! But happy birthday, Andreas. Okay, but heckin', blood pack be kind of silly, am I right, guys? Am I right? Yeah, but I'll try to be on blood pack tomorrow afternoon. It just depends, because, like, I don't know what the heck is wrong with me right now. I've been going to sleep at, like, 8 in the morning. I say 8 in the morning. Like, the pause there was not intentional. But it's not been good. It's not been good is all I'm saying. Cause I'll just be working on stuff like during the night, and then I'll look at the clock, and then I mean I'll turn off the lights in my room, and then I'll hear the birds tweeting and like the sunlight glowing out of my window. I'll be like, So I think tonight will be the night. I mean, the thing is, okay, so I pass out at like 8 p.m. I pass out at 8 p.m. And then I wake up at like 2 in the morning. So like that's a reasonable, like, what, 6 hours sleep, right? But it's just like I don't feel like refreshed really. Like I'm not like, oh, it's a bright and glorious day. Like, no, I'm not like that. It's like I'm freaking eepy schneebies. And I still can't get anything done. Which is why I was like, I'm gonna get something done tonight, and I'm gonna force myself to do it by doing it on stream, which will force, which will tell me. I'm turning this up. Those of you who know. It's from the horse game! It's high! This is so dumb, but I've really gone into the horse game. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, you wanna know what you just realized today? Yeah, what's up? Taki 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 taki. Kimi no ai wa. But yeah, I've gotten into the horse game, unfortunately, which has not been good for my productivity. Because like because the thing is, so the races themselves don't require your full attention, right? But wow, that's a lot of words about Superman. Hold on. The more they make Superman look and feel like God, giving him so much power feats like going at the speed of light, durable, strongest material. Yet 3 or 4 Kryptonians survived the planet blowing up. They haven't thought about flying away or something because Kryptonian shown by Superman starts to make his origin unlikely to happen. Yeah, yeah, you're not wrong. I'm sure that's something that what a lot of people have been thinking. I think it wasn't it because his planet was under a red sun rather than a yellow sun, and the red sun wasn't quite as strong as a yellow sun, so they didn't have like all of the abilities that Superman has now, because now he lives next to a yellow sun, and that's giving him like 10 times more power than he had when he was like over in his planet. I think that's the reasoning it was, if I'm correct. Like, I'm not very into DC, right? Like, I'm not like severely, but I've only like watched like I've only watched Young Justice. I'm gonna be honest. I've only watched Young Justice and a couple of Batman series episodes, but like that's it. But I've heard that like the humanization of Batman in like the recent series is very enjoyable. Is that like people want to see his like dilemma of just being so strong that he can like do all of these things but yet not be able to save everybody, or like what are his struggles then, you know? But lovely little spiel about DC. I think like I don't know. I think DC might have been what got me into like Western cartoons. I'm gonna be honest. Like literally, I was so into Young Justice as like a wee little goober. I freaking For those of you who don't know what Young Justice is, basically it's like a I wouldn't say it's like a spin-off. Like it's kind of its own thing, but basically they take all of the quote unquote sidekicks, that he has, like sidekicks that all of that superheroes have, and they're like, hey, why don't we have just like a teenage platoon that, you know, that can carry out these like covert strikes against our enemies, you know, so that, you know, we're not like so that like whenever we're in trouble or we need to like take in all the attention, we can rely on our sidekicks to take care of this thing, right? I like the new movie making him a little more vulnerable and it makes it believable. Yeah, that's what I've heard. And I've heard that like it's very good as a movie itself. So that's something I might actually look into watching. Just because I've heard good things about it. Okay, well, hold on. I'm trying to mold this head shape. I say that like I'm doing like a 3D blender model. Let me mold this thing. Yeah. There you go. But I appreciate it when, like, I mean, okay, when people take, like when people want like their characters to be taken seriously, there needs to be some way to ground them, right? So like what ends up happening a lot of the time is like these filmmakers will just like amp like power scale these characters like really really bad, to the point it's like it becomes hard to believe that they're really like it's just like, oh, this can be solved with them just doing this, you know, this can be solved just by doing this and that, right? And it makes it like hard to believe that they're really going through all these emotional, you know, beats and all of that, right? So shave it. No. I can't allow Ash my D&D to be mauled. These aren't weight box emotes, guys. So the random stray to weight box. Anyway, so it's like shows like One Punch Man. Shows like One Punch Man, right? For those of you who don't know what One Punch Man is basically this man. It's a story about this guy. It's an anime about this guy who's trained himself so hard that like his foes, he can defeat them with one punch. And it makes his life incredibly mundane. Right? And so his struggle is just like him, you know, first of all, like navigating how the superhero system works. Not that he really needs that help, but like, you know, he's kind of dumb, first of all. He's kind of dumb. Where he prioritizes like the sale, like, oh my gosh, this bargain, this limited edition bargain is happening, I need to go right now, while he's fighting this horrible monster that could level cities, right? Even people in that show can't believe you can do all that. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, it's supposed to be funny, right? It's supposed to be funny. So like, whenever like a superhero movie tries to take itself seriously, but kind of like makes their characters as strong as freaking One Punch Man, like, and they try to have them like, you know, like be serious, like it makes it ridiculously comedic and hard to take seriously, and then like you're left there thinking this is just dumb. and so it's like, you know, like the where there should be like emotional, you know, like moments, it just becomes like hilarious to us. Like everybody always talks about the freaking Martha moment between Batman and Superman because it's so dumb. It's so dumb and it's so out of place. So I appreciate it whenever, like, you know, they really meta! Guys, look, it's meta! Oh my gosh! Wait, hold on, it's meta! Meta! Where are you, buddy? I know you're in here somewhere. Ah, wait, I see you. Don't try to hide from me. Aha! It's meta! It's meta, guys! Yay! Okay, come on back down. Hey, buddy. Maybe if Crypto had orbited a red sun, it would make sense. But then why haven't they colonized uninhabited planets like yellow suns? Or even the better blue suns? True. Yes, I'm a JJ. I'm gonna yell out the name of my mother to my opponent. Yeah, it's like... What? It just seems so out of place, you know? When they're supposed to be like these all-powerful beings, and then suddenly they're talking about mom. It's... And also the name being Martha is very funny to me. I don't know why. Martha just seems like a funny name to yell. But heckin'... Yeah, like, I mean, maybe they had the same mindset as us, or maybe, like, their technology wasn't built enough. Like, they only had something that could launch children into space, but they didn't have something that could, like, you know, allow them to survive longer than their, like... departure or something. I don't know what the reasoning was, but it's I'm sure there's reasons for it that we just don't know. But maybe like they didn't know. Maybe they just didn't know that yellow suns were out there and could make people stronger. You know? I want to turn on the brutal mauling from Django coaster. No. No, the only people who deserve that are a select few. And Fan Vanity. Fan Vanity's on that list eventually. But I think it was literally that they just didn't know that that's what their powers like could do, right? I think it was discovered that that was something that could happen because of Superman making it to Earth and then like feeling the yellow sun, if I'm correct. Like don't quote me on anything cuz like I'm such a DC noob. I'm mostly into Batman, okay? Cuz I just think it's hilarious that this rich man is like it's just he's so much more down to earth is basically it. Despite him being like, a millionaire with all of these funny little costumes that he wears. It's just like the from the comics that I've read, like his relationships with his, his Robins and all of that, like you can feel it. Yellow, hello, close. Yeah. Was Martha the biological mom or the adopted mom? I think it was the adopted mom. I think it was like Batman's actual mom's name and like Batman's biological mom's name and then Superman's adopted mom's name. Cuz I think the Superman like naming conventions for the Kryptonians was like something like they have like a little dash. It's like there's Kal-El and there's Con-El and there's just from what I know. You'll be on a Terminator before you get slammed into wall repeatedly as sharp teeth pierce your flesh. Yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe one day I'll make a bite redeem. And that sounds so funny though. That's so funny to me though. The idea of a freaking bite redeem. But yeah, like the Superman stuff. Yeah, it's very, I'd really love to like have them delve. Like I'm sure the thing is I don't read all the comics. I don't watch all the movies. I'm mostly into like an animation kind of person. I kind of have a hard time like watching live action just because I think too much. I think too much about the set. I think too much about, oh, this is effects. Oh, this is actually a practical set right here, which is very interesting. Or, oh, the lighting had to be there, and there. They had like the boom by making over on that side. There's a couple of cameras here. They had to get this shot like repeatedly. And like it just those kind of thoughts like go through my head rather than me paying attention to the actual media. Why save it for Japanese time when you can get mauled to the brink of death? Yeah. Batman the Brave and the Bold will always be the Batman, who is restless, intelligent, and strong. All the villains still fear him, but he does have those moments where he sympathizes with them and he genuinely tries to help them to get better. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining the Starlight Circus, Ghost. But yeah, I mean, I just really enjoy like I'm definitely mostly a Robin stan first and foremost. Like I big time enjoy Robin's vibe. I'm talking about the Grayson one. Cause I think welcome to the Solid Circus, Serg. But I really enjoy the Robins the most. And just like the dynamic that that very human family dynamic that goes between let go of okay, I'm not the thing is I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy Robin a lot more than I enjoy Nightwing. I preferred it when they were messy. I think I just really like capes. The only Robin like is the Teen Titans Not Go one. Yeah, the rest just exist. You should watch. You should watch. Have you seen Young Justice, Vampire Lord? I would highly suggest you watch Young Justice. It is very good Robin. Like the first season is peak Robin for me. The Go ones know that it sucks at least. Yeah, I think Go just doesn't take itself seriously for like it to like really get any criticism. And of course that's like the criticism that people have for that show is that they don't take themselves seriously and they miss when, you know, everything wasn't just brain rot, goofy honk honk like skibbity Rizzler slop, but like I feel like silly shows like that do have a place in the world. Do I miss having those like shows where, you know, where like it was very serious? Yeah, of course. Teen Titans. I've seen Teen Titans, the original one. It didn't always take itself seriously, contrary to what a lot of people believe. Like there's a lot of episodes in that show. Like obviously there's like overarching stories about like certain relationships, you know, and all of that, but there's a lot of stories that are very, you know, very like slice of lifey, if that makes sense. Like there's an episode where Mothman's daughter wants a boyfriend for prom and she's like, "Yo, Robin, you are my ideal prom date. I want Robin." And so Mothman fights Robin so that Robin can be her prom date. Like there's episodes like that in the show. And then you also get arcs like freaking I'm literally not like I'm pretty sure that's what happens in one of the episodes, Meta. You tab back in random. We're talking about freaking Batman now. I haven't heard Young Justice. I've heard in Young Justice there's a witch boy with a demon cat. That guy's cool. Oh yeah, you tried to get into Young Justice and Justice Limited. You couldn't. That's so fair. I don't believe that. No, because I do like that it knows that it's not the original. It's unserious and the way too cartoonish. I love that it leans into. I don't want it to have go to have the same style while trying to cement itself as a cringe, serious, cartoonish show. Yeah, yeah. Like I don't want it to be serious. Yeah, like it's that's why you have the Go there. It's supposed to just be silly, a silly little good time, you know, rather than anything that's like really supposed to be taken seriously. It's just supposed to be something that kids laugh at while enjoying the characters and their stuff. You know, and I'm glad they do that. You know. It's like, you know, it's one thing to like just have like a spin-off series that make your characters all goofy. And there's another thing when you like change every dynamic and say, this is the new version, it is better. Have I seen shows that do that before? Let me think. I think maybe My Little Pony does that a little bit. I mean, they were milking Generation, pretty sure it was 4, for everything that it had. Like, it is such an iconic generation. With the writing and the characters are really, really good. I feel like Generation 5, or is it pretty sure, yeah. But it's like, it's definitely its own, Generation 5 is definitely its own thing, but like, they try things. And I enjoy some of the things that they've tried in that new series, but it's also just like it's different. Maybe I just don't like 3D. But then I also enjoy like Sony stuff, so I don't know what my bar is. Don't ask me anything. I also feel like kids can laugh while also having a stable story to keep them invested. You can get a laugh anywhere, but a story gives those jokes somewhere to stand on. A stage, if you will. Yeah, I recently saw this tweet. Recently that was from The Fox and the Hound. I just had like this clip of The Fox and the Hound. And basically, it was this moment where the hunter guy is trying to get revenge on this fox because he did something bad to. I think it was like his chickens or something like that. Like he ate some of his chickens and he was really mad. And then he raises his like, and like the fox is kind of like trapped in this puddle, kind of hurt. But then like the hound, who used to be his like best friend back then, kind of steps in front of the gun and is like don't hurt this fox, please. Just like looks at his owner. It's like, don't do it. Now he doesn't talk. He just stares at him, with the big doggy eyes. Welcome to the Starlight Circus, Mossy Days. Thank you so much for coming. And then, it's just like, there's a quiet moment. You see this moment where the hunter, like, sees the dog's reaction. Is surprised, kind of confused for a moment, and then is like, okay, then I guess I'll have to just leave it be then. And then he steps away. And he's like, come on, boy, let's go. And then the dog kind of looks back at the fox friend. And they realize they have this moment where they both know they're not going to meet each other again. Right? So they just look at each other. And then the dog goes back to his owner. And there's like that quiet moment. There's like no music there. No music. It's so quiet. And it just like gives you like a moment to breathe and absorb that emotion, right? We don't get a lot of that nowadays in recent movies. Like, as much as I love K-pop Demon Hunters, I don't feel there's really a quiet moment, right? It's like very much about jumping from thing to thing to action to thing to fight to song to dance to drama. And you rarely ever get these very quiet, slow moments because, like, media nowadays is so much about just being fast-paced, keeping your attention, getting your attention, like, flashing lights, jingle keys. Like, it's just like that all the time, and it doesn't give people a moment to really emotionally connect with media. And that's kind of something that I found to be very unfortunate. So it's just something that I've observed. Nothing really like I mean, the thing is, like, I've noticed this stuff like with myself too, is that I have a hard time with quiet pauses in any media that I watch, and sometimes I'll even like skip it, because like I hate awkward silences. I hate scenes where the character does something bad and or makes a mistake, and then there's like, like they're like, oh, haha, guys, oops, I made a mistake, oh no, and then like everyone gets mad at them. Like, I hate those scenes. But we need to feel discomfort every now and then. Like, I think that's something that we really need to like nail in our heads, is that people need to feel uncomfortable sometimes. Because then how are you supposed to know that something is bad without really like feeling that, I think just everything's going faster nowadays. Yeah. Too many movies nowadays are quiet when they should be clear, loud when they should be quiet. We need time to settle from the laughs and excitement to breathe, to interpret. Yeah, exactly. Seriously, what's what shows and movies having moments where everyone just mumbles incoherently in a way where you have to use subtitles to know what is being said? That is so true. I actually brought this up with my friend the other day. We watched the what's it called? The Phoenician Scheme by Wes Anderson. It's basically about this rich guy who is like kind of known for being nefarious with his business practices. And so the government is like, we have to take down his business. Assassination is kind of not working here, guys. Because they've been trying to just stop this guy by any means necessary. It is just not working for them. It is just working out terribly for them. But so basically the government is like, hey, how about we artificially raise the prices of this thing, and that will ruin all of his businesses. And so it goes on his journey to like try to talk to his associates to have them pay him money to like cover like the damage that the government did to them, right? We need more subtle moments. Then obviously pointing out the plot twist. True. But yeah, like that movie, I had no idea what was going on a lot of the time because I had such a hard time understanding what people were saying. There was one guy who was really good. He was really good at just really like properly saying his words. Like, I understand not everybody speaks in a very clear cadence, right? you have people who will talk like this and just be like, yeah, and then like things happen like that, and I know, I'm sorry about that. Like you have that in real life, right? And you know that conveys emotions and whatnot, but when that actively detracts from people understanding what your movie's about, it bothers me a little bit. Loki is saying, Jungle, I always walk away because the discomfort gets me too much. I always walk back to the course, but it's like, ooh, it takes a rewatch or two for you to properly experience. I think I've been getting up better at watching uncomfortable scenes lately, though. Yeah. Or actively pointing out to the audience, but not to the character, so it's a bomb under the table. Yeah, it's like, there's just so many things that, like, there's like so many shifts in media that I disagree with. But obviously there are some good things, right? You know, it's like we haven't really gotten visuals like we have nowadays, right? It's like things are like I talked to my brother about this a couple of times where I was talking to him about how lately all sets are now like just like a desk with a giant blue screen surrounding the entire thing. All of the mountains are blue screens. All of the props are blue screens, and like, and then so they just like FX everything in. And I was saying that it bothers me that we aren't giving like the actors the opportunity to properly interact with their environment, right? Because sometimes the environment can influence the way a person acts. But then he came back and he told me, he was like, well, that just means that the actors just need to be able to act like they're in this practical environment, right? They need to they need to have the ability to act that they are in this environment. And I understand that. I understand that, like, you know, there needs to be a certain level of acting skill when it comes to, like, you know, making movies like that. But at the same time, it's just like we're missing out on a lot of interactions that can be made. And when you turn on the subtitles, it either spoils you or people complain about the subtitles being distracting. Oh, these aren't pies. They were made in a bomb factory. They're bombs. Okay, see, that's funny. That's so funny, but when the movie tries to take itself seriously, it's super annoying. When you FX everything, why not just make the movie animated instead? Exactly! But, like, I mean, there is a quality to live action, obviously, that, like, that is different from animated movies, obviously. Like, it's like you get to see a real person doing the things. But, man, it's just... I am vehemently a hater of live action remakes. If there's anything you need to know about me, it is that. It is that I genuinely have a distaste for live action remakes because they feel lazy and boring and stinky to me. And it's like, it's just like the opposite of creativity. Yes, there is creativity in them, you know, like figuring out how are they going to create this animated masterpiece to life. Like, how are they going to bring this into a live action sense? Like, casting and all of that. But it's like, just something about it. Something about it irks me so bad. And it makes me so mad. And I'm, yeah. Like, I've heard the new How to Train Your Dragon movie live action remake is really good. I kind of don't care because the original movie was good too. And I'd much rather watch that. I'd much rather watch that. Like, is it fun to think about how something would look if it was realistic? Sure. Of course. But why can't things also just stay fantasy? Why does everything have to be physical and realistic and everything? Why can't we just let our imaginations be imagination? Like, is there something that we're against when it comes to like just being like, you know, oh, the character isn't happy. They have displayed mental illness. They're depressed. Like, there's ways you can cue a person, like the audience, in on something, right? And then there's ways that you could just make it so blatantly obvious that it's kind of annoying. Welcome to the Starlight Circus, Pie Samurai. So yeah, I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of thoughts on a lot of things, and they did. I'd have to make like a whole YouTube channel or something to go over that. Dream used to take jobs at Disney a lot back in the day. I hope they're getting back to doing that. Yeah, I think I've heard of people like snatching jobs, like snatching stuff. Okay, I'm gonna work on the still ones for today. I mean, I guess I could work on this one. Okay. No, I'll do this. I'll do this later. I'll work on the still ones for today, cause I want to just like get these still ones done first because they're still. But the rest of these will take me like this animated one's gonna take me a little bit of time. But yeah, it's just there's a lot on my mind when it comes to current media, and it's nothing crazy. I'm not gonna lose my mind over it. Why make a new one? You can just use your YouTube channel. Oh, an upload from me? No way. That's so funny. Yeah, I just have to finish editing some things, you know? Twiddles my fingers, looks away, Hello, welcome to the Starlight Circus, Jay. Hope you're having a lovely, lovely day. We're just talking about nonsense, I'll be honest. Okay, I'm gonna start coloring this in. There we go. But yeah, there's stuff on my mind about media, and I don't know. I guess that's why like K-pop Demon Hunters really resonated with me, is just because it's just something new, and that is so refreshing to me. That they challenge themselves to make something different, something new, and like the fact that it is just based off of real life things, like real life myths. Like I'm sure that editing and uploading the Maze VODs to the VODs channel, that too, yeah. I don't think I'll edit them. I think it's literally just the fact that I have to upload a 6-hour video to YouTube is just gonna take me so long. But I'll definitely get, yeah, that's something I need somebody to just kick me in the rear like a freaking donkey and just like tell me, hey, get to work. Hey, upload that thing. Should I put the ears poking out here? I should. Hold on. I have to do this. Hold on. They brought Koreans or Japanese China's realistic discussion and reaction faces to the world. Those three often do those as a meme. Oh, yeah. No, I honestly, I find it so funny how in any like Japanese TV media, they always have to have like the hosts of the like the people like who are featured on the show in a little box on the side of the screen. I find that very funny. That's what they do every single time. But no, I love how expressive they are. I was talking about when I was stuck in Japanese mode, I was talking about how much I wanted to know about the rigs. I was just so curious. On a scale of 1 to obnoxious, how often should I remind you on Discord? You can remind me once 3 times a week. 3 times a week, so that I can just like, I'll be like, oh shoot, I have to do that, and then like I'll like have it running, like I'll have it uploading in the background while I work on stuff. Okay, I'll give you a maximum of 3 times a week. But yeah, like I was just so curious about like the rigs, like how did they get those faces to move in that way, right? And like I see some of like the behind the scenes of like people doing rigs like that, like with I've seen like the behind the scenes of what do you call it, The Amazing Digital Circus. I've seen 5 times. Okay. Vertices, lots and lots of vertices. I'm sure. Because the thing is, I've made live 2D model rigs, right? But I know that 3D models work similarly, but not entirely, like not much the same. So it's just like I'm always eternally curious about how things are made. Will I ever get into 3D modeling? No. No, I'm okay with just sticking to live 2D and then suffering for it anyway. I'm okay with that. Gotta add +2 so it's ever so slightly but not daily. Yeah, like I won't lie. I have okay, somebody told me literally today that like if you want somebody with ADHD to get something done, you have to just say something like, "Oh, well, I wanted to ask you to do this, but I don't think you'll be able to." And instead of becoming like a demand, it becomes an emotional request. And like the ADHD person will work very hard to get that done. I was like, I'm called out. Hold on, I'm choking on myself. You guys don't get a gurgle because it's not a redeem. Maybe those one-off faces were one-off face models. Yeah, I could see those being just like one-off like poses instead of like them actively like like molding the 3D model. It could just be like they just made like a little mini face rig that worked just in those moments and they just swapped it out. Like I could see that happening straight up. But yeah, when it comes to live 2D, like you really have to like insert every possible thing, and it's hard to just have something you could swap in and out because you have to rig that thing to be compatible in every situation if you want it to be like on the model. That's why whenever you see like a toggle, like I don't have a lot, but whenever you see like a toggle like my pen, for example, actually my pen works perfectly fine here as an example. My pen is a completely like it's part of the model and it doesn't look good. No. Because this was a very last minute addition where I kind of so like the hand is its own thing, the pen is its own thing, and so I had to rig it so that it would look okay no matter which direction I was looking. So, you know, like if I moved myself, if I wiggled around and stuff, like would it look good? And you have to do that for like live 2D model toggles. You know that they be laughing when the faces look funny? Yeah. No, I appreciate that so much. Like whenever you can sense that the person creating that piece of media had a great time, like whenever you can sense that, it's so like you can feel it. You can feel it. Definitely. Like as much as people like, you know, they can be like, yeah, it doesn't matter like about passion levels, it just matters about the outcome. Like the fact is you can feel when somebody really like put their heart and soul into a craft. Even if like the quality of the product, like even if like the quality of like the outcome itself maybe isn't as good as something else, you can sense passion and like love there in a piece of work. And it's like, you know, like saying I saw this thing that was like it doesn't matter who makes a piece of media, right? I saw this person like arguing that like it doesn't matter who makes a piece of media. But then somebody was like, well, first of all, the message wouldn't exist without the person, you know, person who makes the media, first of all. Second of all, the message can mean different things depending on the person saying it. Like me saying I love you, right, to a complete stranger is completely different than that stranger getting an I love you from maybe their mom, their friend, their you know, their partner in life, you know, and it's completely different. And so that's something that like I like something that was taught to us in like our quote unquote critical thinking class where we were taught like whenever you see a piece of media, you also have to consider first of all who is this media made for, right? Is it made for children? Is it made for a certain ethnic group? Is it made for like a certain class of people? Is it made for like, you know, like general populace or something like that? Like, who is this piece of media made for, right? And so you also have to think about who exactly made this piece of media, right? Like, is it just like some slop person just making nonsense all the time? Is it somebody who like truly cares about the piece of media that they're making? Is it somebody who's older, who has a different perspective on life? Is it someone who's younger, who's like experiencing the world for the first time and this is how they see things? Like, it's like you have to think about that, right? And it's like you have to, you know, really look at the language and the visuals that are being used to convey any message. And that was kind of like what we were told in school, is just like you really have to observe these things whenever you are, you know, talking about any piece of media, is those things. Because that's why like, you know, people like criticize a piece of media and then like some people be like, well, this piece of media wasn't made for people like you, right? It wasn't made for somebody who doesn't understand these kinds of things. It wasn't made for so and so. Business people are aiming at human behaviors, or they're aiming at statistics, they're aiming at marketing strategies. Exactly. And so that's why you get these, you know, like they're aiming to like whenever you're trying to please everybody, you end up pleasing nobody, is what I've heard a lot of people say. It's just like these recent media is just so geared towards making everybody happy with their product that it ends up, you know, making everybody kind of hate it. It makes everybody just kind of like look at it and go, this does not appeal to me. And you know, it gets a little bit on my nerves whenever like something tries to appeal to so many different people. Cause like, what are you doing in the end? You're deterring the most people you could. Like, it's just everyone's like so afraid. Like, all these companies are so afraid of being a little bit controversial. Like I've seen like the okay, if any of you guys have watched Gravity Falls, that show definitely like leans a little bit towards like, you know, like it can get a little bit scary and or violent sometimes, right? And so what ends up happening, like, and then like, but when you look behind the scenes, like it turns out that it was heavily censored. Still came out to be a great show in the end, right? But when you find out that like there was supposed to be more like gay stuff in that show, then but then you hear like, oh, but Disney was like, oh no, we can't show any gay stuff because then some people will be offended by that. And then like it's just you, all the censoring of like media and all that, it ends up like diluting it into an emotionless piece of slop. Well, we have to be responsible with a legacy? Oh no, I just want the prestige and the money. Yeah. It makes me even more angry, like like we get this is happening a lot nowadays, but I'm always getting news about so and so company like removing some show off of their their streaming service, and then you can't watch it anywhere else. Like, the fact that they treat these shows like they're just tax write-offs is so frustrating to me. Because it's like, it's stuff that people really loved watching, stuff that people poured their hearts and souls into, and, like, it's treated as just an object that you can just toss around and, like, dangle in front of people's faces. Like, that kind of mindset is like the enemy of creativity, and I wish to squash it with my foot and a chainsaw and an explosive. Like, it makes me very mad. Rebecca Sugar dancing around the silver lining. Yeah, yeah. Like, the fact that they're still, like the creators find ways to get around these censors is so funny to me. I love it when they do that. When they just say, oh, you're gonna censor me for this? Well, guess what? I'm gonna find a better way to showcase it then that you won't even realize. But, yeah, like, whenever you, especially when it comes to media for like younger audiences, like a lot of people have learned how to deal with things like loss, things like betrayal, things like anger, right? For example, the antagonist death from Tarzan. Yeah. Yeah. And like, and so, like, you know, it taught a lot of, like, you know, youngsters like how to deal with these things, right? And like it had them feel the emotions that they would feel without actually putting them in danger, if that makes sense, right? Like, oh my gosh, the character that I really like in this movie is going through this situation. This is terrible. I would never want this to happen to anybody, right? Just teaches them those things. And so when you cut that out of, like, your media, right? They don't learn a freaking thing. And that's why there are so many, like, emotionally immature people running around nowadays, because the things that they watch are all just like drama and slop. Oh, two guys kissing up become gay now because of that specific media. Yeah, like, those people exist. And like I've seen, like, so, like, this is, I've actually, like, been like I'm a bit of a, like, a showing, like, I have some, like, a thing like that where I can see it in my own, like, art sometimes, especially from my past. So because of all the media I would watch was mostly anime, Japan isn't very into dark-skinned characters, right? Like, having light-colored skin is seen as is the beauty standard over there, right? And I would mostly watch anime. So all of the characters in the shows that I would watch would all be light-skinned, skinny, you know, like the standard of beauty, right? And so the characters that I made very much reflected this. Like, all of my all of my characters were basically white. And then, like, as I, you know, grew up, you know, obviously I was exposed to, like, different cultures around me and all of that. Because of their cultures, yeah. And so, you know, it like, you know, I realized certain things were acceptable, certain things were not as accepted. Things like it's just, you know, it taught me more about the world when I was able to like see the world reflected in these medias. And whenever that's like neutered, it's like, bruh, why are you doing this? Are you just trying to please the like the 2% of people who will actively get mad at a single scene because you don't want to lose that on your lovely money? Like, ugh, disgust me. China comes around with a blame on the Marvel Bible. Yeah, like I understand appealing to some place because of, you know, oh, they have a really good market over there, we can get a lot of money from them, right? I understand that, right? But it's like, at what point do you let the message of your piece, your work get sullied by that, you know? And I certainly hope that a lot of people, like, you know, realize that they can just create things. And like, even if it comes out as controversial, right? Like, I saw this video, this short film about this guy who was like, this like, it was about this like, um born a guy who was like, who wanted, who was likely, it was likely a trans woman, right? And it's a very messy, and what the heck, La Boo Boo was, what happened to La Boo Boo? What do you mean La Boo Boo was destroyed? Okay, I'm gonna have to watch your VOD later. I'm gonna have to watch your VOD later so I can get the context for that sentence. You're gonna commission me? Not right now. I'm so busy. No, next month. Next month. But hi, Shippy. Hi, Shippy. Hi. We're just talking about like the current state of media and all that. I don't even know where I was left off at, but you just want what you just say whatever joining chats. Oh, okay. You're the guy that sits down and says like the most insane thing at a table, huh? Why would you start a conversation like that? We just sat down. Use the smart strategy for goal setting, and you will commission. Be specific. Make them stop. I won't lie, I'm a little bit behind on my work right now, so that's why I told myself, okay, I'm gonna get this done today. Which is why I'm working on it right now. Funny little creature. Oh wait, hold on, I have to first add the little white details on this. The blam. That's 1. And that's 2. Like, I started your conversation with Superman being a god makes his... Yeah, I love how we started off with Superman, went into, like, DC, then went into, like, effects, then went... This is why I have the ADHD tag. I'm just gonna tell you that. She's mine! Like... That's why I have the ADHD tag, is because I want people to know I will not stick with a single topic for very long. So you gotta use the smart strategy so you can achieve your goals. Exactly. Silly little guy, also known as Shep. How is Cowboys going for you, though? I hope you're having a good time with it. I haven't been able to watch too many streams because, I mean, I know yours happened at a reasonable time for me because yours is like in the evening. But then I also have work around the time that you're streaming, so I'm like, no! No! Training, pumping iron. Okay, but I'm not good. I really like this song. But yeah, we were talking about something. There we go. Okay, I think I might make this a little closer to white. Maybe I could add some eyebrow detail here, because I fear that it's not translating too well. Alright, every 3 of you guys, yes, you forget 2 of them. You're clinging on to it, now it's gone. It's okay, folks. It's okay. I won't lie, I have considered going back, like, asking my doctor about getting Adderall again. Because of... Just, like, because of the fact that I've realized that, like, the thing I miss most about Adderall is just how clear it, like, how awake I was at any given moment. I won't lie, I am tired. I am in a constant state of tired, no matter how much I eat, no matter how much I drink, no matter how much rest I get, I am in a constant state of tired. And so, sometimes that can get, like, bad. I can get pretty bad to the point where I, like, you know, I can't get stuff done, so... Pumping iron. One second, do we have... I'm not good, not good. Oh, is this supposed to be... Wait, oh, no. That's good, okay. But yeah, it just yeah, by the way, did you know that the grindstone resets your items use count on an anvil by repairing them with another item? The grindstone resets your items use count on an anvil by repairing them with an... So you mean, like, so you can use the grindstone and then bring it back to the where I'm... Oh, so you can add more enchantments to your... to the item, to the tool or the armor or whatever, if you repair it first. I see. Okay. I think that's what you're going for. So you don't have, like, a limit on, like, what enchantments are on there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's something I'll note that. I'm having to learn some of, like, the actual functions of Minecraft, like, with this character that I'm playing in Arcadia. For those of you who don't know what Arcadia is, basically it's coming up. I can't say too much about it, but the character I'm playing is a Magitech researcher. And the thing is, I always have trouble playing smart characters because I am very dumb. That's kind of just the only thing, is that I'm kind of dumb. So, I'm kind of, like, trying to teach myself, like, some things about Minecraft so I can play this character properly. But it's they're researchers, so that means that I can be a little bit dumb because I'm learning. Make a dumb character that acts smart sometimes. I feel like that's kind of what I am. That is just me. That's kind of the vibe that I want to... Like, I'm capable of, you know, being quote-unquote smart. I think I'm literally... Like, the one thing I'm the most is I'm mostly just resourceful. Because I just hate things going to waste, which makes me a little bit of a hoarder sometimes, because I'll see something cutesy and I'll be like, oh, I can hold on to this, and I can make something cool out of it in the future. But, like, don't worry, Django, with your 3 brain cells, he will help you as a psychic brain parasite eating your 1 brain cell. Thank you. Thank you for contributing -1 brain cells to me. 5 because you stole... 3 because you stole the other 5. Okay, the math is flying overhead. That's a that's why I enjoyed playing a character like Diamond. Diamond is stupid as heck, and you know that works for me. For hydrogen, matter of if, matter of when. For hydrogen. Okay, actually, I need to fill in this bitch with purple. Think like Michael. Think Michael from Vsauce or MatPat. I think people should accept the fact that most smart people are dumb in other areas, or sometimes quirky and not just monotone. Yeah, I think that, you know, like intelligence is a hard thing to measure, obviously. Because everybody is so is better at doing certain things in other areas, right? Like freaking it's gonna be a weird thing to jump to. But freaking My Little Pony highlights this very, very well. Because all of the ponies, right? All of the horses have their own interests. The one thing that they're good at, right? And so that even the characters that is like the most powerful at magic isn't able to do everything. Like, and I remember seeing Mob Psycho 100. It's basically I think it's made by the same creator who made One Punch Man. But it's about this boy. His name is Mob. And he is an incredibly talented psychic, basically. His psychic powers are like really, really good. He was like kind of born with them, and you know, he was really he's just like he's kind of just like he could be incredibly strong. But like this, he's come to realize that like early on in his life, he's come to realize that, you know, he's faced with all of these people who believe that because they have psychic powers, the world should treat them as like higher beings, right? And that these are the kind of like psychic people that he's surrounded by, you know, that believe that they are above humanity because of their abilities, right? And so basically, like, you know, like it's him like juggling like all of that in his head, but then like he realizes something. His crush, she starts out impressed by his psychic abilities when they're young, but then she very quickly loses interest. And it's at that moment he realizes he can't attain everything just with his psychic powers. He has to like actively work to just be a good person that somebody would be interested in, right? His psychic powers have like inhibited him because he relied on them a lot. He's not that smart. He's not that physically strong, right? So he's just, you know, like a loser. Without his psychic powers, he'd be a complete loser. And so it's just like his story of like, you know, like showing that he can be more than just his psychic powers, you know, and that, you know, just because you're good at something doesn't make you a better person than literally everybody else on the planet, right? And like there's this one scene that really speaks to me where he's up against these psychics, and they're like, we're gonna take over the world, we're gonna take over the world, we're gonna, you know, rule the planet because that's how we deserve to be treated because we're psychics, right? He goes up against a group like that, and he picks up a cup ramen, and he's like, are you able to make this? He picks up a can. Are you able to make this? Right? Like, there's so many pieces of knowledge that collect into, like, the human experience, right? This, like, everyday life. Like, everything you interact with was made by somebody, right? A piece of paper, like, took years in order to, you know, get to the state it was now. And like, the people who are, like, using the machines. Like, does everybody know how to use those? No. And so, you know, like, it just really, really, like, hit home with me, where, you know, like, I wouldn't say that, like, I generally think I'm better than people, but I just, like, I know I'm good at some things. I know that other people are better at other things, and I just accept that. I don't need to be good at literally everything. I don't need to be, you know, perfect at everything. Like, even, especially when it comes to art. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm good at every aspect of art. I am horrible at backgrounds. I struggle with finding a pose. I, you know, like, all of that. I'm bad at being fast. And there are people who seem like they know how to do literally everything. That's because they built up that skill, you know? But yeah, she mob on my psycho. Okay. Everyone is... I think a good example of displaying smartness is guiding dumber people towards the solution of saying it. Yeah. I do, like, there's people who are better at me than in, like, who are better at, you know, like, literally today. Okay, literally today. I ordered Indian food for my family. Very yummy, very good. The thing is, I ordered a mango lassi, which is kind of like this mango smoothie drink from the Indian restaurant. And when I went to go pick it up, I did not check the contents of the bag, and I just left. Right? And so I left, and then when I got home, I opened up the contents of the bag. We had everything but the mango lassi. That's kind of awkward. So I was like, what should I do here? Right? And so I called the business. I was like, hey, this isn't in our bag. And the thing is, what's funny was that I had literally just picked it up, and they were like, when did you, like, I told them, like, the name that I gave them and everything, and they were like, when did you pick this up? And I was like, fair. I mean, like, I'm sure they're busy. I'm sure that they're busy, and, like, they didn't really have the time to really, like, remember who came in and stuff. Fine. And, like, you know, at first I was like, okay, I mean, I guess I could just get could we get a refund on it? Like, just that mango lassi for the order. And they were like, you want a refund? And I was like, yes, please. I don't know. And so like, it like, they kept putting me on hold. I mean, I guess, like, they would have rather had me, like, come in, like, person, or I don't know. But, like, you know, obviously I understand why they were hesitant to do something like that, because it's like, how do we prove that you didn't, like, just drink it and you're just trying to get a free mango lassi on us, or free money from us? Like, fair. I don't blame them for that. But then, as I'm having this conversation, my mom's like, I'll just go talk to them. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, I'm just gonna go. And I was like, okay, have fun, Mom. And then, like, 15 minutes pass. She comes back with 2 mango lassis. I was like, what the hecky? Why are there 2? And she's like, they gave us 1 for free. So, like, I'm just gonna say this. My mom is an expert at talking to people. I appreciate her a lot for it. Like, okay, I'm not gonna call her a Karen. That's kind of rude. But she's very good at getting to the point of a situation and getting, like, asking for a solution, basically. And I appreciate her a lot for that. Whenever there's an injustice, happening to me or anybody else like around her, she is on top of it and is like ready to get that wrong like righted very quickly. And that's not something that I am good at. I won't lie. I'm very, very passive. I'm so passive. And I just let things slide. Like, if that was my mango lassi, I would have been like, oh, it's not in here. Oh, well. I would have just let it go, and I would have been like, that's fine, I guess. I would have just sat there and like, just let, like, the $4 that it costed just go away forever. And I was like, that's fine. But, like, you know, like, I appreciate my mother for being, like, that kind of person who's, like, prepared to have, you know, wrongs righted for us. Okay, but look at that. We got all of the flat colors ready to go. And you know what? Sorry I have to say this, but I'm gonna call it here because I need to watch J-dramas with my mom. So let's find somebody to raid. I'm so glad that we got all that done, but oh, it was so fun talking to you guys while I was doing this. Hold on, let me just drag myself over here while I look for why oh my gosh. Noah, you caught the 2-hour drink redeem. Thank you so much for the drink redeem. Okay, let's find somebody to raid, everybody. Amazing. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm glad you had a good time. Okay, let's see. Who is live right now? I see... One second. You know what? I'm gonna send you guys to the ducks today. I'm gonna send you guys to the ducks because I think it's time for us to relax for today. So you guys are gonna go to the ducks. And they don't have like a... Oh, thank you for the hat. They don't really have a raid thing, so... Yeah, thank you so much for coming over, Pie Samurai. Raid. We're gonna raid the ducks. So, everybody, thank you so much for coming by. I hope you all have a lovely, lovely day, afternoon, or evening, but it is time to rise and shine. So, I'll see you. Bye! Bye-bye! Bye!